Now, a lot of people know about Filipino Town if you're from around the area. But before Filipino Town, there was a district here in downtown LA known as Little Manila. It was a thriving Filipino community during the 1920s and 30s. Because of the Immigration Act of 1924, it would put a cap on how many immigrants could come into the US, but not in the Philippines because it was a US colony. So because they were a US colony, they would be considered citizens. So the Filipinos that would arrive in Los Angeles, they would fill the demand for cheap labor. And the majority of them would settle around First Street and Main, as well as parts of Little Tokyo. Now the borders of the district known as Little Manila went from Broadway on the west, down to 3rd Street on the south end, to San Pedro Street on the east, and all the way up to 1st Street on the north end. Now the majority of the Filipino establishments would start at 1st and Main Street, which is where that big building is right in front, all the way down to San Pedro Street, which is right where we are, and then a little south down to what is Weller Court on 2nd Street. Now, by the 1950s, Little Manila would begin to be erased, as redevelopments would begin to take place in downtown Los Angeles. And during this same time, the Filipino community would begin to move west, to the neighborhoods off of Temple and Figueroa. But up until the redevelopment of the 1950s, Little Manila would remain a center for the Filipino community.